Hey, it's Old Man Coffee. Thank you very much for returning to my channel. Appreciate it. I'm actually driving right now. You can probably tell that. Um, the reason I'm driving is because a lot of the viewers have wanted to know about the RV parks in Vegas. The availability and the price and all of that. So what I'm going to do is today I'm going to take a tour of the RV parks in Vegas. Now, most of the RV parks are located on Boulder Highway, but there's one that's located on or just off of Vegas Boulevard, Las Vegas Boulevard, and that is the Oasis RV Park. So we're going to head over to the Oasis RV Park and take a look at that. Okay? So stick with me. Now when you drive into the Oasis RV Park, I stopped there at the gate and there was a security officer there, and they were nice enough to give me a little pass where I can just check out the RV park. It is kind of nice to have pull-throughs. Well, the Oasis looks like a nice, clean RV park. Easy access from I-15, real close. Now we'll head over to Boulder Highway. Check out some of the RV parks on Boulder Highway. That's where most of them are. And we'll start down on the south end of Boulder Highway. Now, if you're coming into town from the south, Needles or Bullhead City, Laughlin, in that area, first thing you're going to come across is Camping World here on Boulder Highway. And this is the big Camping World store and repair facility. They don't sell RVs here. The other Camping World, located on just off of Las Vegas Boulevard, sells RVs. They have RVs for sale over there. This is just a repair facility and a store. And as you can see, they have a lot of RVs in here being repaired right now. So I imagine there's probably a pretty good backlog right now. I've never had mine worked on here. The reason is my chassis is a workhorse chassis, and Camping World will not work on a workhorse chassis. They're not authorized, so they just say, nope, won't work on your rig. So I go to Finley RV. They do all the work on my rig, and I'm very pleased with Finley RV. And one of the first RV parks you're going to come to is this one right here. It's a Desert Sands RV Park. And this is the entrance here, Desert Sands RV Park. We'll just do a little tour of Desert Sands RV Park. They do have some older rigs in here. Looks like some of them have been here for quite a while. And then the next RV park you come across is Duck Creek. Duck Creek RV Park. The one thing I noticed from just driving by this RV park over the years of being here in Vegas is that the spaces are very small, so you can't park your vehicle, if you have one, on the same spot. It seems like they're so small, right next to each other. No guard shack, but I'm sure they probably have some kind of security. But as you can see, they're just, the space is just made for the RV to be parked there, and that's all. Nothing for your personal vehicle. I don't know where they park their personal vehicles. I guess some people just kind of cram them in there. Here you can see where the people have got their personal vehicles parked over here, and just not what I like. So I'm not impressed with this RV park as far as everything seems to be really crammed in tight. And I like a little more room. If I'm going to be in an RV park, which I really don't like to do anyway. Now this is another RV park. I have no idea. I don't know anything about this RV park. It's just here on I have no idea about this RV park. To me it looks a little run down. I've seen it here on Boulder Highway. Looks like a lot of long-term RVs in here. I imagine it's probably not very expensive, but who knows. Some of the RVs in here are pretty bad shape. Very small. RV park we come to is Sam's Town, and Sam's Town KOA. I've actually stayed at this RV park, so I can give you some information on it. I really like it, but it is very expensive. Around $50 a night is the average cost, and you just pull into here and then check in here at this office and then go on through to the RV park. Nice thing about it is it is close to the casino. They have a lot of nice spots here, a lot of pull-throughs. They're all different size rigs, which is really nice. Now that right there is the East Side Cannery Casino, and it has not reopened since it was closed due to COVID. The one thing I do like about this RV park is that the availability for the dump. They charge $15 to dump and fill. Even though they don't recommend using the water. Doesn't say it's potable, but what the heck. As long as you don't drink it, you're okay. They have a nice, that dump station right there was easy to get to. Also, they have a propane station, which is right here. So if I need propane, it's easy in, easy out. And their propane right now is $3.85 a gallon. Kind of high, but not for Nevada. The one thing I didn't like about KOA is they take reservations. So if you wanted to stay long term and someone was reserving your spot, or they called in and wanted your spot, you could actually lose that spot. They only rent month to month. They don't do anything longer than that. No contracts, no agreements. So you could actually lose your spot to a reservation, which I didn't like. That's why I moved out of there. Now the next RV park we come to is Roadrunner RV Park. This is the one that I stayed in for 2.5 years. It's a nice clean park, good security. They patrol all night. They do have a pool. A lot of long-term RVers here. So if you're looking for a long-term spot, this is a good spot. The one thing about this RV park is they do not take reservations. So if you want to come in, you can call them in the morning. If they have a spot, there's a pool right there. Nice pool. So anyway, if they have a spot available for your rig, they will hold it for you for a few hours. You let them know when you're coming in, and they will hold it for you, but only for a few hours. You say, call in the morning, I'll be there by 3 in the afternoon. Fine. If you're not there, then the space opens up to the next person. So that's something to keep in mind. They do have laundry facilities and showers. But I really enjoyed staying here for the 2.5 years. Each spot has its own mailbox, and you can use this as a mailing address, which I did until I moved out. So the next RV park we come to is Arizona Charlie's Casino and RV Park. About this RV park, I did check into it when I first got here, but that was 2.5 years ago. I know it's nice and clean. Again, very small spaces, no room for your personal vehicle. That's one thing I liked about staying at Roadrunner RV Park. There was plenty of room for my vehicle next to my RV. Big wide spots. Here all the spots are very narrow and no room for your personal vehicle. So you have the same situation here that you do with Duck Creek. And they do have pull-throughs, but as you can see, the RVs are really close to each other here. And no room for your personal vehicle. Unless you have a small rig and you want to pay for a large rig pull-through, then you can park your vehicle. Now the next one we come to is Kings Row. Big dip here. Looks like a large RV park. They do have pull-throughs. Looks like quite a few long-termers by the looks of that place right there. And they do have a mobile home section. So it's mobile home and RV park. Well, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight into the RV parks that are available here in Las Vegas. I know it doesn't answer all of your questions. You'll have to check the websites, maybe even call some of those places, but it does give you an idea of what to look for. Sometimes the websites can be a little bit deceiving and show you just the good side of that RV park that you're looking at. But there's nothing like just getting here and checking them all out for yourself, like I did. I can tell you that the average cost for a large rig with 2 air conditioners is going to be around $650 a month in the summertime, and close to $5.75 in the wintertime, depending on how much electricity you use, because like I said before, all the prices are for the spots plus electricity. So you're going to pay for the space, and then you're going to have electricity costs on top of that. So it all depends on how much electricity you use. If you don't use a lot of electricity, you get away pretty cheap. So anyway, I wish every one of you a lot of luck in your searches for RV spots in Las Vegas. So in closing, this will be Old Man Coffee saying, be happy, safe travels, and I'll see you next time.